Hi, my name is N.J. Sterling. I am the author of Heavenly Daughter, which is now available on Amazon and iBooks. Today I'll be reading a few pages from chapter 1 of my book. I hope that you all enjoy. Thank you. Jordan Clark rapped on her door and without waiting for a response popped his head in and leaned his boyish body casually against the doorframe. "Hi, Jessica. Good job on that Tillerson case. You look mighty sexy standing outside that courtroom on the news." He winked salaciously, all but slobbering on her door jamb. "What you want, Jordan?" Her brown eyes turned muddy and shot daggers at him. "Jessica, I thought we were pals." "No need to get all snotty and rude. Did this wind get to your pretty little head?" "I don't have time for your petty remarks, Jordan, so please get out of my office." "Fine, I can see that you're super busy," he replied, ignoring her insults. "Catch you later, alligator." He walked away with a bemused grin, letting the door slam behind him. Jordan Clark was one of the two office skirt chasers who consistently annoyed Jessica. The other was Evan Woods. The immature duo took turns hitting on her, but she had no time for little jerks like them. They both had huge egos and probably small penises, as both were short and of small stature. Just like small barking poodles, they pranced around the office in their pinstripe suits, opening their petty mouths, barking at anything with boobs. Jessica took great pains to avoid them and their empty, flirtatious remarks. Jessica was more into the strong, silent type. She longed for a man who could wrap her in his muscular arms and look deep into the depths of her being with courageous eyes that radiated confidence. A man's man, an alpha male, who knew what he wanted and briskly went after his desired goal without hesitation or fear, like an African tribal spear handler hunting for his prey. Jessica wanted someone with that level of precision, accuracy, and confidence. Someone who fearlessly took what they wanted without playing any petty games or asking useless questions. Her ideal man would be a combination of John Wayne, Clark Gable, Tom Selleck, and Mark Herman. Strong, silent, deadly, fearless, and utterly devoted to her. The type of man who, with his charming deep voice and tender words of passion, would sweep her off her feet and warm her heart. A rugged warrior with a fierce, bold strength. That was indeed important, but that alone wasn't enough to satisfy Jessica's needs. She also despised the fickle, callow, insecure guys, who she couldn't bring herself to call men. These feeble little twerps couldn't even muster a sentence without a nervous twitch and who hesitated due to their paramount insecurities. They were pathetic little boys and not worth a second of her time. However, Jessica wanted more than just a mere barbarian beast to rampantly plow her with his vulgar body. Thus her perfect man also had to have an element of gentleness in his nature, with a chivalrous heart and an elegant stride. Someone who would not allow his beastly strength to cloud his humble nature. A romantic man who practiced the secret art of courting a lady, and who was full of surprises and enticed Jessica with adventurous romantic dates. She had pretty much decided that she was searching for the impossible, trying to balance charming elegance with a rugged masculinity. But nonetheless, she still desired someone who she would be proud to call her own, and who would make her feel special, desired, and protected. Often as now, her dreams took her deeper into her heart's desires, a place she rarely visited because she thought there was no hope finding the loyal, kind-hearted man she sought. Someone to grow old with, someone who could cook dinner for her and serve it under candlelight with ruby red vintage wine. Someone who wasn't afraid to open his heart and share his feelings, someone loyal and caring, willing to build a family with her. Mentally, she scoffed and chided herself, for that type of Prince Charming could only be found in fairy tales or reside in her vast imagination. She had experienced many players pretending to be Prince Charming, just to defile her body and quench their sexual lust. Savage womanizers disguised as gentlemen saw her solely as a sexy specimen and a toy for their use and pleasure. They would play with her long enough to satisfy their egotistical and lustful needs, and then throw her away like some garbage. They wallowed in the muck and bragged to their buddies about the new girl they banged on the weekend. Jessica's negative experience with men had left her jaded and hopeless. Was this how men really were in the 21st century? If so, she wanted nothing more to do with these filthy creatures, the ones that took her through a hot and sexy seduction, blinding her with their captivating physical embrace, so that she could not see their rotten insides. But of course, these men were not mere fools. They knew they were masters of their seductive art, and masters of deception. They were extremely intelligent, and with smoke and mirrors, had deceived Jessica multiple times, pressing her buttons and turning her own weaknesses and instincts against her. These men would use her, and once they were done playing their vile game, she would be considered nothing more than a fucking chuck right out of their lives, leaving her plagued with memories of their fleshy physical acts and a mind tormented with confusion and emotional regrets. Even after getting toyed with, Jessica played with the false belief that perhaps he can change, as a crutch to try to pursue these cowards once more. However, this only made matters worse, for their purpose was never to change, but instead to seduce her and many other gullible women like her. And the more their victims resisted, the stronger they would enchant them with their flirtatious charm, overriding any mental or emotional defenses these hopeless women instilled upon themselves as a protective mechanism. These men knew exactly how to override a woman's defenses to penetrate the depths of their hearts. They were masters of this black art, and the more challenging the specimen, the more sporting the seduction. Their womanizing art penetrated woman's outer shell by instilling their charm spells, which left almost any woman vulnerable to their erotic embrace. Thus, their poisonous behavior spread wounds to all the victims they touched with their filthy, sinful hands. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe.